like I said, I've been said those fights can get made. It just depends on the fighters sitting down and actually going to their handlers and tell them, look, this is the fight that I want, and make it happen. Well, they offer me the fight and put some money behind it. It's a go. I don't turn down no fights.
She says, don't fuck with me. He had to be in the ringside at the fight 2 days ago. And he's lucky he didn't get his face broke badly there. You don't. If you're ringside, you're afforded that opportunity. I just didn't. I found it a bit distasteful. I like Terence.
Terence Crawford has challenged Conor McGregor to a boxing match, and the idea is already getting a lot of people talking.
All the boxing media is out, and this is one of the biggest boxing events in a long time, and it feels that way.
A fight between Terence Crawford and Conor McGregor might sound like a joke at first, but people quickly start taking it seriously. That's because McGregor always brings attention, big money, and millions of fans wherever he goes. He can turn almost any fight into a huge global event. But Crawford is different. He isn't interested in putting on a show. If he steps into the ring, he comes to win with his skills, experience, and the focus of a true champion.
Like I said, we only shall see. I can't give any hard answers on that because you never know. But yeah, I would love to get in the ring with those fighters, but at the business side of the table, it all got to make sense.
The conversation starts to go in a different direction here because Crawford is no longer just talking about a possible fight. He seems to see Conor McGregor as more than just an MMA star or a famous name trying to box. Crawford appears to respect the hard work, popularity, and success that helped McGregor become known around the world. At the same time, he points out a bigger issue in boxing, where some fighters are often expected to create drama, play the bad guy, and deal with criticism just to help promote a fight.
No. Conor McGregor, I say he one of us, because they was treated like black people over there where he from. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh yeah, a lot of Irish slavers.
They was treated just like us. So, I consider him one of us. But at the same time, in boxing, it's always the black fighters gotta be the one to step out and play this circus role and, be the one to talk.
Conor McGregor's view makes the possible fight with Crawford even more interesting. He is not talking like someone who wants a chance to box. Instead, he speaks like someone who has already stepped into boxing, made a huge impact, and believes any big event involving him should happen on his terms. That's what makes this matchup unusual. Crawford is a true boxer known for his skills and technique, while McGregor wants to bring the fight into his own world first. So before they can even agree to fight, the discussion becomes about rules, money, and who gets to call the shots.
Opportunities. And then the Terence Crawford one came up. 2-fight deal. They were saying, maybe boxing was listen lads, I've done this. I've done the boxing. They have to come to me now. I'll do the boxing after. So it's worked out for 2-fight deal. Wow. Mixed martial arts first with Terence. And boxing after. I said he's not gonna accept it. I hope he accepts it. He can wrestle. Maybe we'll have to wait for his son to do it. Maybe his son will have the courage.
Then he mentions a number that changes the whole discussion: $200 million. At that point, this is no longer just about a possible fight between Crawford and McGregor. It becomes a conversation about pride, fighting rules, the risks involved, and a huge amount of money all at the same time.
Crack, Terence. Come back, Daddy. I got the big fella here. We've got a big deal for you. It's hundreds of millions. 200 million to be exact. Mixed martial arts against me and a boxing one against you. I don't want to be kicked by you. No way. I says, my man, we can box a few months later. What's the crack? Come on. You're mad. You can wrestle. And he just didn't want to know.
Crawford made his opinion very clear when he posted that boxing is still the hardest sport to compete in at the highest level. His message was aimed directly at the ongoing discussion with Conor McGregor. Crawford was basically saying that elite boxing is not something people can easily step into just because they are famous or successful in another sport. McGregor quickly responded with a short message: "I guess we'll never know Even though it was only a few words, it sounded like he was challenging Crawford and questioning his claim. Crawford answered back by saying that everyone already knows how difficult boxing is, especially McGregor, because he has experienced it himself. The exchange then became more personal. Crawford mocked some of McGregor's past comments about beating top boxers, while McGregor fired back by accusing Crawford of avoiding an MMA fight despite having a wrestling background. McGregor argued that if Crawford really believed in his abilities, he should be willing to test himself inside the cage. That changed the argument completely. It was no longer just about which sport is harder. It became a debate about who was willing to step outside their comfort zone. Crawford stood his ground and made it clear that he had no interest in fighting under MMA rules. He argued that MMA fighters are usually the ones who come to boxing, not the other way around. McGregor kept pushing, telling Crawford not to be afraid and suggesting that true champions should be willing to compete anywhere. Crawford responded by saying that boxing remains a foundation of striking and that athletes from many different sports still train boxing skills. He stressed that he respects MMA fighters but believes boxing has a unique influence that other sports often borrow from. As the back and forth continued, the discussion grew beyond a possible fight and turned into a battle of opinions between two stars defending their own worlds. At the same time, McGregor continued speaking about his future plans, including potential fights, WWE rumors, acting projects, and what could come next in his career.
But you know what? I've been saying that. I'm not even saying that. I've got the date. I want to go in and prove my worth. What am I doing? Set my feet in the air.
This is why almost every McGregor interview grabs attention. He never focuses on just one topic.
I like Terence Crawford. That's like going after. That was great. Do you want to get back in the boxing range?
You know, Terence had an offer for a 2-fight deal against myself from Turkey Alashi, and me and Turkey were there ringing on the phone. Said, "Good day."
Really?
2-fight deal, one MMA, one boxing. Terence a good lad. Terence a good lad. Shouldn't have said that about your man at the end of your rules.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tough business.
It's tough.
And you don't kick a man. It is what it is. Terence is step up, I think.
I went
think he should. He's a lot more left, you know.
Yeah.
He can wrestle as well.
Well, that he can.
I don't know how you could. That's the truth. As a man, I don't know how you couldn't. You're unwilling to test yourself on a level like this. The deal was there, substantial.
Yeah.
No partner. You know, he was legit when he said he was going to get cheap. But I was going to fuck around.
What about, I always see yourself three against Roman Reigns.
Don't know.
Because
They
you'd
should
be
have platformed
so
their
good.
own. They should have platformed their own combatants.
That is true.
You know, and then you're put them next to these guys. Put our guys next to these guys. What's up? Who the you? What's up?
Yeah.
Let it be seen by the public, and then we have something to look forward to on our side. Bouts to look forward to.
Yeah.
Guys to look forward to. Remember these guys clashed here and there, etc., etc. It builds the story and all the rest of it. But everything else is stellar.
Yeah.
UFC.
Meanwhile, Terence Crawford has explained why he would never fight in MMA. His answer was simple. The money is not worth the risk. This changes the discussion around McGregor because Crawford is not acting scared. He is making a business decision. In boxing, he knows his value, his skills, and how much he can earn in big fights. But in MMA, the rules and dangers are different, and he feels the payout does not justify the risk. So while McGregor wants to bring him into the cage, Crawford is clear that he does not need MMA to prove himself.
Great wrestling. Would you ever get into MMA of any sport? Do you watch the UFC? Who are your favorite fighters from the UFC? What about you like Taporia?
Listen, this crazy. I never seen this dude fight.
For real?
Never, not once. I'm gonna have to watch him on YouTube. I swear to God.
He's crazy. He knocked out Max. Knocked down Max Holloway. That
Man's
guy's
been doing this for a long time, though.
true.
You know, but
Max is my favorite fighter of all time in the UFC. I love Max Holloway. He's great.
I don't see how he was making all that.
According to Punch Drunk Boxing, the Crawford and McGregor situation should not be treated as simple online trash talk. He believes that if Crawford responds strongly to other boxers, he should show the same attitude toward McGregor, even though he comes from MMA. He also points out that people often mention Crawford's wrestling background, and McGregor is now challenging that by calling him into an MMA-style fight. From his view, this matchup would not only be risky, but could also bring huge business because McGregor attracts a massive global audience that could turn the challenge into a big payday.
And try to do the same thing to Conor McGregor. Because it's true what Conor McGregor is saying in his tweet. Isn't everybody always saying that Terence Crawford got a background in wrestling? Even though that we never seen him in an NCAA, wrestling match. He wasn't an Olympian in wrestling. He's not in the WWE wrestling. Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. He's a wrestler.
In his view, Crawford may not be the favorite against Conor McGregor, but the money could still be too big to ignore. That is why he disagrees with the idea that MMA does not pay enough. He believes McGregor is not a typical MMA fighter, and with Dana White, the Paramount deal, and McGregor's name involved, the fight could make strong business sense. Since people often mention Crawford's wrestling background, Punch Drunk also wants to see if he would actually test that ability when the fight is not under boxing rules.
Conor McGregor, let me tell you like this, especially with that Paramount deal that Dana White got, they can make it happen. They can make it happen. I want to see now, everybody in boxing is always talking about Terence Crawford. He's a very, very strong man. He's a wrestler. You got to understand he's a wrestler. And I used to debate, like, okay, but wrestling is not going to win you a boxing fight. But it's always, he's a wrestler. He's a wrestler. I want to see now, for the first time, Terence Crawford put that little wrestling skills to the test. I agree with Conor McGregor in this one. I agree with him. You know what I'm saying? I think, a boxer could go to the cage.
Robert Garcia also shared his thoughts on Terence Crawford and Conor McGregor, and his reaction brings the discussion back to reality. On the surface, the matchup looks like entertainment, a boxer and an MMA star talking online. But from a technical view, it is really about skill, rules, and risk. Crawford is one of the best boxers in the world, while McGregor comes from a different sport with kicks, wrestling, and cage experience. So the real question is not who talks more, but who would still perform well when the rules are not in their favor.
Terence Crawford and Conor McGregor are arguing on social media. What? There's a guy named Ilya Topuria. He's like the biggest super fight yesterday. What did you think? He got his ass beat. It happens. It happens. You know Gaethje's Mexican. Yeah, his mom is. I'm the one who broke that story. Nobody knew that. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's the MMA Brandon Rios. Yes. I didn't know. Yeah, I have never watched a UFC card. But 38 years old. Yeah. I get home. We call breakfast. I fly over 2 blocks away. Yeah. So Ben comes over. We jump in the pool. And then Fio's like, I walk into the house and Fio he never walked out to the backyard. So he's right there watching my house.
Boxing Ego is reacting to the backlash Terence Crawford received after attending a White House UFC event and posting photos with Donald Trump. The situation became bigger than just a fighter showing up, because fans started linking it to politics, the people involved, and comments made at the event. Some people saw it as Crawford simply accepting an invitation and enjoying a big sports moment, while others felt it was inappropriate because of the surrounding context. The reaction online grew quickly because Crawford is usually known for staying focused on boxing, and now people are debating whether his appearance was harmless or something that could lead to criticism.
Also has something to do with this card, right? They're putting in massive amounts of money to put the fight cards at the Sphere and the White House and all that, and ultimately is not all that memorable. So back to it. Bud Crawford posted a picture of him and Trump, and it got a lot of people up in arms, a lot of people talking. You know, you look at the economy, gas prices are $6 a gallon. We're still waiting on the EP files. You got a war in Iran. Like, it's just a lot going on in America. Bud Crawford posted, it says, "Who would have knew the president of the United States of America was a big fan of the kid from a small city called Omaha." That rubbed people the wrong way. A lot of people, you know. People were like, who cares? This is not the flex that you think it is.
People are criticizing Terence Crawford for taking a photo with Donald Trump at the White House, even though he was invited. But some of the same people do not speak up when other fighters do worse things.
Bud Crawford, in my opinion, he definitely looks MAGA, right? He went to the Sunday card. Now, keep in mind, UFC normally goes on Saturday. Trump's birthday was on Sunday, and they did a whole special card on the White House lawn for that. So they shifted the date. They spent $60 million to build, you know, the scene, and they had a card. To me, I don't know how y'all felt. I felt the card was a failure. To spend all that money, and then, you know, some of the fights were cool, but the underdogs.
That's why Crawford's fans are pushing back. They think people are being unfair and only getting angry at certain situations while ignoring others. A tweet from Boxing Massacre said people are criticizing Terence Crawford for taking a photo with Donald Trump at the White House when he was invited, but at the same time they defend others they see as inconsistent or controversial. This is where the discussion moves beyond controversy and into legacy. Crawford's career has never been easy. He didn't get the best promotion or an easy path like some fighters do. Instead, he had to keep proving himself and overcome doubt before becoming one of boxing's most respected champions. That's why his career ending feels different. It's not just about winning or money. It's about finishing his journey on his own terms. When a fighter reaches that point, their confidence doesn't feel loud anymore. It feels calm and at peace.
Better way to end a story than to do everything that you said you was gonna do, how you do it, your own way. And it's like so many obstacles was put in front of you to break you. You overcame everything and you did it your way, and you smiled in their face, and at the end of the day you said, "Yo, I ain't got nothing else to prove."
Make sure to check out our other videos on the channel.